Hey guys, this is yours truly, Taylor Jones, welcoming you back to my YouTube channel, TC Jones Edits. And right now, it's time for the moment you all been waiting for. In other words, welcome to a brand new episode of Coal Man's Winter Season 2. And of course, for those that didn't watch my recent video, Cult of Personality, the cover of Living Color's 1989 rock classic, aka the CM Punk theme song, the entrance walk-in for WWE. Don't worry, the link will be in the description bar down below. And for right now, a brand new episode of Coal Man's Winter. What do I want to talk about? Oh, I know. What's it like to feel lovesick? Now, as you already know that Valentine's Day was yesterday and today is President's Day, but unfortunately, there are some people who are still struggling with being lovesick. And by lovesick, in my opinion, it's like when you're not in love or you're single and it's not going completely good. And the side effects includes complications such as laziness and whatnot, and being judgmental. But I'm just making it up. But unfortunately, the title "Lovesick" came from an old rap song that the late Guru and DJ Premier has performed under the name Gangstar. And for right now, I'm probably just gonna read the lyrics to you and then explain how the so-called feeling can really put you in like a bad mood. And so it's been crazy how people, they don't get along. But honestly, I remember when the late Guru once said this. Strangely enough, I've been struck, affected by her smile, and her style was worthwhile. And knowing that I'm deep like a river, I feel I should give her some that the others can't deliver. Contrary to what I have wished, it seems I've been dissed. But hey, I don't want to miss this wonderful opportunity. My boys, they trying to school me. You see, I know what I want. Someone who would be there in the whole nine. But this honey is so fine. But now she's hung up the line, upset because I told her I'm busy. She made like a grizzly and started chewing my head off, screaming that I spend more time with friends. And also, she said I ruined her weekend. I said I know the stuff we had planned, but please understand. Right now I'm lounging with my man. I guess I didn't realize I'd hurt her. And she said I had the nerve to just neglect her like that. Then she started bringing up past things, and she kept asking, how come our love isn't lasting? I said, hey baby, please calm down, because I'm still around. And it's for you that my heart pounds. Can I call you later on? You say I treat you wrong, but why you flipping on me? She said something else and then click. Left me alone on the phone with the tone, and now I'm lovesick. Man. For right now, it's just crazy that everybody has an issue. And of course, whenever I come up with saying I'm lovesick and I'm singles, like, we already know the songs that's based on issues like why we're not working out. Escape made Understanding. Boys to Men made Please Don't Go. And honestly, like Chris Brown once said, it's never a right time to say goodbye. But for real, when it comes to the hardships, and first off, it's both your fault and the other person's fault, because y'all not trying to work together. Y'all against each other. She goes to the club, you just stay home, and either that or she's mad at you for going to work instead of taking the day off and celebrating. I mean, the soul legend Lattimore once asked, "How in the heck do you expect me to understand when I don't even know what's wrong? Let's straighten it out." Can we at least do that? I mean, all I do know is that when it ooh, when it comes to finding true love, real love, you got to start with yourself. You got to love yourself more often. Like, don't be a Squidward. Be be like SpongeBob. Be energetic. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. And be ready for a lot of things to stand out to, looking forward to. Even you gotta get ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to love. I'm ready to dance the night away. I'm ready to take responsibilities. I'm ready for all that and a bag of chips, the whole 9 yards. Word is bond and word is life. No, we don't do that as much. I mean, let's just imagine what it'd be like. Like, everybody has a Cinderella or Cinderfella moment. They end up going to a party to prove that their friends are bugging, because actually your friends are bugging. Some of your friends want you to get laid, have sex. If you was a Christian, you would probably say, sex, I'll pass. And let's just say that if your friends walked out on you because you ain't got enough audacity, let them. Let them walk out. Let them learn the hard way. You focus on you. You find a true love. If you want to keep your virginity and wait until marriage to lose it, that is perfectly fine. Because guess what? We should not just wait for till marriage. We also have to be aware of safe sex. Now, remember, now for those that don't know, back in the days we used to have celebrities and all the commercials, the PSAs about safe sex. Use a condom, latex, or abstinence, or as in stay away from it. Don't get involved. Don't get HIV/AIDS. But back then, BET was like, we'll wrap it up. But I kind of like the old school HIV/AIDS free commercial that BET did back when Teen Summit was around. And I'm talking about the 90s. As in, get the facts on safer sex. Call toll free 1-888 Be Safe 1. Brought to you by the Kaiser Family Foundation, Teen Summit, and of course BET at the time. But it's more than just BET. MTV talked about it. I mean, why can't we just have PSAs, more PSAs about safe sex? I mean, that's one good reason why love is falling apart. We just don't know how to take these warnings seriously. We don't even know what love truly means. And for those that are listening, the main love that everybody be talking about, even Marvin Gaye sang about it. And the song was called God is Love. God is love. Don't go and talk about my father. God is my friend. Now, and I love him. Now, that is a really good song that Marvin Gaye did, even though it was coming from the gospel roots of his. But he was still in Motown when he did that song, and that could have been like a really good hit single, a good gospel classic. But then again, Marvin Gaye was in his own state of mind, his own universe. Like the time when after Tammy Terrell, his duo, his partner, singing partner, his duo, passed on. He moved on. I mean, he grew facial hair. He started living a different lifestyle. But and I don't know what that's referring to. But it doesn't mean he's gay. No, he's living a different lifestyle. Like he's starting to see things in a different state of mind, because that's what he was talking about. Like, what's going on? And inner city blues made me want to holler. Well, when it comes to falling in love, but in the wrong way, it makes me want to holler too. I mean, a lot of people, they're different. They look nice, but unfortunately, if you step on their path or get on their bad side, and I've been in this position, and believe me, I'm regretting over it. Still unto this day. But then again, people are telling me, like, you got to let it go. It's not easy to. That's because I'm not trying, and if I ain't doing it, you ain't doing it neither. That's why love is hard. Love is blind. The only love you should think about is God. But then again, when it comes to falling in love, that's a whole different meaning. That's why I'm lovesick. I don't even try. Just because I'm a Cancer, you think I'm shy? Maybe. But I'm not the only one. That's the only thing that I'm failing to realize. Men always be ridiculed as idiots, and women are supreme. Why is that? That's because we made them that way. But meanwhile, women, they're vice versa. Why they got to be the baddest, the bougiest, the sexiest, and they have no idea what the true meaning of beauty. Now that takes me back to the time when I'm to my video bodies. Like, we have to be aware of our bodies, as in take good care of it. Don't pierce yourself. Don't try to, pierce yourself like the metal book. Stop all that. Tattoos. Stop all that. That's not what people want for a relationship. They want a clean-bodied person, even a faithful person. See, the main reason why relationships are going downhill is because all we got to focus on is, oh girl, he's so cute. Oh, no, don't trust that boy. I mean, he trying to make you look foolish. I mean, I heard he went in jail. So what? And of course, dude's like, hey, yo, I'm gonna hit that tonight. No, don't hit that. She's a thought. Man, how do you know? How do you know? Instead of thinking about that, mostly for black communities, we might as well think about getting a relationship with a beautiful woman or a handsome young fellow who's all caught up in this college stuff and trying to protect the world from protect their family from getting in harm's way, or trying to make a difference like Barack Obama and Kamala Harris. But what's the point of having a relationship with somebody if you don't have this? The Bible. King James Version. Now, that's what makes me want to realize that maybe I shouldn't talk about being lovesick. Because sometimes the only love I need is God. Besides that, even though God is the number one thing about love, the only one love that we need, why don't we spread it? More love is what we need. Take 6. Why not get some love from our family, our true friends too? You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to relationships, now that's a whole different meaning. But the only way you're going to make this relationship happen is if you meet up. I mean, it doesn't take eHarmony or Match or just some stupid live links, which is like, no, no. You don't need a phone a phone call from a woman, because you know it can be a scam. To find real love, you got to take it easy. Even adjust yourself. Like, if you need to brush your teeth more often, do it. Floss your teeth, do it. Take a shower, do it. Clean your room, do it. Because honestly, that's my number one flaw. Well, that's more than one, but you get what I'm saying. You get the gist. You know what I mean. But anyway, what does that got to do with being lovesick? It does with a whole lot. Some of y'all don't accept being single. Some older folks will be like, hey, at least it's a good thing that you're not dating. Because they saying that not to be sarcastic, not to be just a dummy or a donkey. They just saying that because sometimes in their experiences they just don't want you to follow up on them. It takes time, I know that. But if, like, let's just say I saw a beautiful woman. A normal woman who just, let's say that I met a woman who was 2 years younger than me. I'm 26. But will I live to see 27? I don't know. Let's just say that I met a 24-year-old about to be 25. And let's say her birthday was in June. Her birthday was in June and mine was in July. And she was black. An ordinary black woman who likes to wear slacks, like as if she works in a cubicle. But instead, let's say she was in college and she finds me attractive, but I just don't know what to say. See, that's the problem. It's all about, I don't know about this. I don't know about... That's because you're not trying. And that is one good reason why I'm setting an example about myself. Now imagine what it'd be like to see her as if she was about to go to an interview, a job interview. I mean, what should she wear? I remember saying she wore slacks, as in she's working at a cubicle, followed by a nice short sleeve shirt, a dress shirt, short sleeve with, let's say that her shirt was orange with a couple designs, and as if she looked like she's from the 70s, because her hair is like long yet with the curls on the side, on like, I mean, yeah, as I'm saying, she looks like she was from the 70s, followed by a extra large golden pair of hoop earrings, because as you all know, I'm gonna keep it real. I love women that rocks hoop earrings, whether small, medium, or large, circles to squares or diamonds, and heart shapes. Even the new types, you know, with the word angel written, and even when it's like classic, them thick old school door handle type, because they're like hoops too. I mean, hoop earrings never died. That's part of why women are beautiful. Hoop earrings, a pair of hoop earrings. But not only that, let's just say that the woman that I met, where do I see us meet? Like, let's say I didn't went to work on one day and I was at Subway. all of a sudden, she walks in, and she asked me if there's a seat, if I have somebody coming by. Like, no, it's just me. I'm alone at Subway eating my food, and all of a sudden she decided to ask me if I have someone sitting along with me. And I'm like, no. I would have to say it smoothly, like, calm down, like, just know the person, like. And even if you feel like unaware, like, it's okay to ask questions. I mean, you got to introduce yourself. You got to be honest. You have got to learn when to get rid of your fears and accept it. Even when it means to present the Bible. Because there's one song that came in mind, and that was "You Never Mentioned Him to Me." And that was my fault. But that was 2 years ago. And I am not going to bring that up. I mean, the chorus, "You never mentioned him to me. You helped me, not the light to see. You met me day by day and knew I was astray, yet never mentioned him to me." We got to overcome that. Like, turn that around. Turn around and put God in this position. God has a position. We cannot avoid him. That's the part of getting souls together. Be a soul winner for Jesus, for crying out loud. If you're in the Church of Christ, go for it. Get others to be baptized in the Church of Christ. That's how you get a relationship. And also, come up with ways to date. Even if it means to get numbers. Get social media. But as long as you're trying to play it smoothly, and also know the family. Be honest like you did when you first meet the woman or the man, and then the family. Because sooner or later, the family's going to have to be eye to eye, get in contact with each other. See where they're coming from. I mean, is that too much to ask? Because honestly, if I saw a woman, I would just tell her. I mean, you don't have to do a lot to impress me. It's kind of like Prince when he mentioned, you don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I mean, you don't have to be rich to be my pearl. You don't have to be cool or cruel to rule my world. But it's going to take more. But it's going to be far away. For right now, it's going to be far away to getting a kiss. It's going to be far away to get a wedding ring. Because honestly, to me, ladies, you don't have to wear a body piercing to impress a man. And that goes to dudes too. And like dudes, you don't have to get a tattoo to impress a woman. You don't have to walk around with your shirt off. And you don't have to be in lingeries and learn and twerk. I mean, all you got to do is look your best. Make sure you are pure skin. I never had a tattoo and never had a body piercing. And that's going to remain that way, because if I'm not trying to please the Lord, who am I pleasing with? The devil's playing tricks on you in your mind, because it's like lust of the eye. And if you don't know how to overcome that, then you might as well back off. I mean, that's the reason why I'm lovesick. Because I'm judgmental. I just don't like things about women as much as women don't like things about men. And see, it's like a cycle of confusion, to the fact that we are all tied up and we can't get out of the knot like snakes when they're trying to get a lizard. Come on now. The only way to get out this hole is to stop being rude. Stop avoiding us. Even when it comes to making new friends, and I had to learn that the hardest way. Parika Glenn would tell you. Aisha Glenn would tell you. Deasia Glenn, all them. And they were all women. Matter of fact, it's a shame that I am not even trying. I mean, I had my first kiss, but I never had a relationship. What type of man am I to do that? What have I become? That's the problem. And that's what lovesick leads to. The number one problem, the number one symptom, confusion. You're making it complicated for yourself, and that's why life is so hard. What will it take for you to stop being lovesick? Besides get into a relationship. Besides listening to your stupid friends' details. Like, yeah, yo, man, you need to get some booty. No. Excuse me? You are our friends, and you will do what we say. Well, you're not my dad. You ain't got no gun to put on my head. You ain't gonna kill me over no booty. It's more than just booty. It's more than the boobs. It's more than them apple bottom jeans, boots with the furs. All the men, all the whole town, all the whole club is looking at her. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to parties where where we're all doing the freaknik stuff. We're not in Atlanta, but it can happen in Atlanta. It can happen in Brooklyn. It can happen in Compton. It can happen in Dallas. It can happen in Fayetteville, Georgetown, Humboldt, Indiana, Jackson, Mississippi, Kansas City, Lexington, Kentucky. What else? It can happen in Milwaukee, Newark, the Brick City, Oakland, Philadelphia, Queens, Raleigh, North Carolina, or maybe the Sac Town, Sacramento, California, Tallahassee, Urbana, Illinois, Virginia Beach, Waco, Texas, Xavier, Yonkers, and Zanesville. And it's funny that I'm saying all the city names in alphabetical order. But just hear me out, guys. Being lovesick is not like a curse. It's actually like a blessing too. Because you're starting to learn that the reason why you're not in a relationship is because you're seeing exactly what's going on. I mean, you see how women are on social based on how people are, period. It's more than just women. It's more than just man. It's based on how they look, based on social media pictures, or when they shopping around and you working, and how they react, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, but mostly a bad thing, because guess what? The whole world is easily misled. What will it take for us to have a full commitment? What will it take for us to get a child? What will it take for us to have a wedding ring? What will it take for us to be together as one? Like, definitely man and wife. You may now kiss the bride. What will it take for me to follow the same lead as my mom and dad did? Even though they had problems, but some church members there are allowing us to get our acts together. Like, they're giving us advice, second chances. A remarriage is definitely what is needed. And even when you have a child under wedlock, you got to break the curse. And I was one of them. One of the kids. Born in July. And my mom and dad got married in 95 in April. That was like nearly a year. Yeah. I think we left it in the truck. But anyway, just know why I haven't been a good man. I'm keeping it real like I always said, but what's the point of doing that when keeping it real goes wrong? Sometimes. It's like you self-exposing. You selling out. I don't care. It's my voice. I have to lift my voice and sing at one point. I have to do a sermon at one point. I have to get some likes, some comments, like good feedback, like to help encourage me to keep going. I want to see my YouTube channel grow. But being lovesick, that's what I'm talking about. And speaking of which, let me go back to Gangstar. Now this is verse 2. And I'm going to read something like this. Relationships can grip with the pain. Arguments in the crib, in the streets, or on the train. I'm crazy fed, but then still. When she ain't there, I feel sad. I feel ill. Even when death has reared its ugly head. If one lover is dead, depression leads to another. Well, I'm not doing this Bonnie and Clyde thing. I am not. If we live together, we die together. But in the wrong way. Like we get killed by gunfire. I'm not going out like Queen and Slim. I want to live an ordinary and happily ever after type life. And even if one of us died before the other ones do, we got to keep our love afloat. Anyway, let me go back. Frowning because I'm down in the dumps. The other night I took her out so she can shake her rump. But after we were there for a few, some girls that I knew stepped up and asked me to come to a party that they were having at their house. Looked at my girl, and she started walking out. I said, hey love, just wait for a second, and won't you just check it? It's all part of making records. Those were just some friends in the business. No need to get angry. So listen up when I kick this. What about the things we discussed about having trust? What's with that attitude stuff? Now, hun, don't you... don't you... You know that I wouldn't play you, but time after time, you let your jealousy sway you. Hey, don't you turn your back like that. Come on, this is whack. You're heated up like a thermostat. Then she stepped off in a whirlwind, and I don't know when or if I'm going to see her again. Isn't that what all individuals have to deal with? After messing up, like strike 3, what's next? Starting over. If they not going to come back, let them be. And Medea, oh boy, she said it correctly. If you want people out of your life, like, let them go. Get up and go on with your life. I could have sworn she was the right one to pick. But now, man, I'm just lovesick. But definitely pay attention to what life is throwing at you. Because you never know. I never know when I'm going to find the true love of my life. That's because I let my complications get the best of me. I mean, if a girl wants a man with a nice smile, I have got to get braces soon. I have got to brush more, floss more, gargle some mouthwash, take showers, brush my hair, comb my hair, or maybe even go to the barber. Get my car clean. Get a house. Learn how to cook. Go to church too. Yes, that's the main reason why relationships are important. You're trying to set an example that you're God's child. You serve for the Lord. You work for the Lord. And you got to let others see it. Let your light so shine. Matthew 5:16. But if they like what you're doing, they decide, let's say decide that they want to follow your footstep. That's when you know you're starting to fall in love. They want to know you more often. They love what you do. That's when you got to encourage them, comfort them. Like whenever they're in a time of need, like they're hurt. But when it comes to popping the question, you got to be aware. Because when you're asking the question, or they do, you're going to have to accept it. And if there's problems, look at each other. Get a Bible and sort things out. Even when your child is around you. Because love is in the air. Everywhere I look around, but all this pandemic nonsense has been driving us downhill. The day of love is dead. And now, it's too much to handle. Too much. Man. Just think on that. And when you do, that's when you're going to realize that being lovesick, you can't be in this position anymore. You can't keep hiding, and as the far side was once say, at the same time, you can't keep running away. You got to stop. Look that person in the eye and tell them, look, it's obvious that I have feelings for you, and I feel like I just don't want to make myself look bad. Tell the truth. That's how you fall in love. And instead of saying, I will never fall in love again, why not just focus on living your life? There's nothing wrong with being single, but sometimes it is wrong. Because you let laziness get the best of you. You let the devil steal your joy. And you let your friends talk you to doing something stupid. And if you're against it, you might as well kick your friends to the curb. Because they're not your true friends. God is. That's what love meant to me. And being lovesick, like I said earlier, it's not just a curse, it's a blessing too. But what will it take for y'all to realize any double crosser can trick you, hook you up, and once you fall in love, it starts to get downhill. I do not want to have a toxic relationship like Ike and Tina. No, I want a relationship that is strong and still going. Like my older sister Amelia with Mo, who was my brother-in-law. 18 years. A beautiful experience. Through ups and downs, they still worked it out. Is that too much to ask? Especially when you're lovesick? Because then again, it's not. Just know, ladies and gentlemen, especially for those who are single, if you want a real relationship, you got to change your attitudes. You got to love yourself, but mostly love God, number one. Don't be a Squidward. Don't be a Karen. Be what God intended you to be. And if you believe that, then you have to do these things. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And there will be more in stores. Oh, thank you. And with all that being said, if you like the information that I'm giving you, just take it. Take it and leave it, because you never know what you got until it's gone. You got one shot and you can't blow this. And also, this Cold Man's Winter episode has been brought to you by none other than Sweet Lady of the Week, where a woman, a female individual, deserves all the credit at this particular time. And for right now, if I had to choose a specific woman at this particular time, for this particular episode, who would I choose? You know, it's funny. Like, I always think about it, thinking out loud. Like, get on with it. Shut up. I'm not done. But you never know what it's like to just think about random female individuals that you know, like mothers and aunts, teachers. They're like the heroines in our lives. But who would I dedicate this video to? She may not be the best, but she's not the worst. So, why does that even matter? Because all women matter. But us men, we have to stop making them look like jerks. It's just funny how it drives me wild to talk about what women want and what men want. Because that's what being lovesick is all about. What y'all want, but y'all never get. Because y'all never tried. Man. This is too much to handle, don't you think? Why can't we just follow each other's footsteps and lead ourselves out of harm's way? Is that too much to ask? Come on now. Come on. Man. But you gotta admit, life is not to be played with. Life is not to be judged. But if I had to dedicate this video, I would have to dedicate this to none other than Quenisha Patterson. And to Nene, if you're listening to this, just know that I ain't forgot about you. With all that being said, this is yours truly, Taylor Jones, signing out. And happy President's Day to all.